My name is Robert Heidt. Welcome to Good Morning Glendale. Today, we have the honor and privilege to sit down with the one and only Gene Higginbotham of Blue Cross Blue Shield, Arizona. Gene, how are you this morning?
I'm good, Robert. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. Well, Gene, we have a rich history with you for many, many years involved in our chamber. You serve on our board of directors. You have probably volunteered and have been a part of almost every initiative and program we've had go on in this organization. But for those that may not know who you are, would you take just a moment and share a little bit about who Gene Higginbotham is?
Sure. Well, I grew up in a suburb outside of Chicago, became a military wife, and soon relocated to Luke Air Force Base, where my husband served 23 years in the Air Force. I have two beautiful daughters, and I'm known for having many passions in life. However, my top four being faith, family, Disney, and the Arizona Coyotes. I've spent 30 years in the health insurance industry, and I have been given the platform to help individuals navigate their way through what can be a complex healthcare system. I've been with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona for 6 years as the Senior Manager of Client Services, and I'm very grateful to be a part of this dynamic team and organization where we focus on doing good for our members and the community because we live, work, and play in this community.
Well, thank you for that. And much of that I already knew. But for those at home that didn't know, thank you. It gives them a little peek behind the curtain to see who Gene is. I think a lot of our members know who you are. As the past chair of our board, you are one of the fan favorites. Many members still want to know where Gene is and when Gene's going to make the next event. But we know how busy your world has been, especially over the last year and a half or so, given the pandemic and the healthcare crisis in not only the country, but the world. So starting off on that, could you share a little bit with us about where Blue has been and how you've been involved in the COVID-19 vaccine clinics and the impact of the community? We noticed right away the way Blue stepped up when the vaccinations first began at the stadium. It seemed like Team Blue was in full force out there, but we know there's been much more that's happened behind the scenes. So could you share a little bit with us?
Of course. During the pandemic, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona was called upon by the state of Arizona to help assist, serve, and really deliver hope to the community. We quickly mobilized our team and enlisted help from our trusted partners in less than 2 weeks to help staff the first COVID-19 vaccine site with volunteers. Starting on January 11th, we secured over 400 volunteers needed each day to staff the State Farm Stadium vaccination site right here in Glendale, Robert, many working 9-hour shifts, some overnight on their feet in the rain, sun, cold, and even desert hailstorms. Having served many shifts myself, being in the desert hailstorm was most definitely my favorite. And on March 3rd, the state opened up another drive-through vaccine clinic at Chandler Gilbert Community College, and we were asked to transition our support and staff to the new site where we continued to serve Arizona through April 3rd. And during the 3-month assignment, Blue Cross of Arizona volunteers and partners, we logged nearly 15,200 shifts, more than 145,000 hours in the historic event, helping Arizonans receive more than 491,000 vaccines. It was truly genuine, authentic love in action, and the experience has changed all of us really for the better.
Well, we definitely noticed firsthand that to see Blue step up so rapidly. And I think when you mentioned those shifts, wasn't it your shift was a midnight shift? You were one of the overnight shifts in the wee hours of the morning. Is that correct?
I was in the hailstorm and I started at 4 in the morning. You know, I'm not a night owl, I'm an early bird.
Well, I remembered we had talked about it. So, but thank you. You know, this has taken a toll on all of us, but you know, to have good partners like you who stepped up to the cause, who were called to the table and led. So under the leadership of Pam as the CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield and through the entire team at Blue, it's amazing. And we're grateful for your commitment. Thank you. You know, so with that, you stepped up to focus on a global crisis, but really the focus was on here, Arizona and our families and loved ones here. But while this was going on around the nation and the world, but you still had a core mission of delivering quality healthcare services to your clients and members. How were you able to pivot and transition to keeping the services going that you needed to do, yet you were in the midst of a global crisis trying to help out and mitigate what was happening with COVID-19.
That was a real challenge, Robert. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, our employees and our workplace culture is our differentiator. And our employees' commitment and engagement are the reasons for our ongoing success and our high member satisfaction. And when the pandemic hit, the safety of our 2,500 employees came first. And we were able to quickly and efficiently move 97% of our workforce home within 10 days. We were transparent to our team and became comfortable telling people that we didn't have all the answers, and we were quickly and thoughtfully working on solutions. We made about 80 communication touch points to employees each month, which built more trust, increased employee engagement, and maintained our connected culture. And keeping our employees connected and ensuring employees had virtual access to as many wellness resources as possible was absolutely a priority for us. And over the past year, Blue Cross coordinated various all employee meetings, virtual employee appreciation events. We delivered care packages to all of our employees' homes, and we implemented new technology to ensure we were staying connected. During the pandemic, Blue Cross created an optional program for employees called Blue Embrace, which supports our Blue family through a variety of means and reduced barriers when faced with a COVID-19 diagnosis or any other complex health condition or life-altering event. The program offers a variety of benefits, including arranging for prompt COVID-19 testing with minimal wait times, arranging time off for treatment and recovery, or time off to take care of a family member, sending a care package that includes phone numbers you might need for care, nutrition reminders, tips on caring for your mental health, wellness activities, and even gift cards for groceries and delivery. And providing access to a clinical care manager to help create an action plan based on each individual's comfort level. Blue Embrace was designed to be there for our employees and their family members, and it's proven to be an incredible program for us. And even during the pandemic, our people-oriented culture fosters an environment of collaboration where employees feel connected to each other and sees the difference they make in the lives of our members and our community. Our commitment to our employees is strong, and we do a lot of work to make sure we're introducing opportunities for our employees to manage their health and their work-life balance. It's interesting, Robert, each year Blue Cross of Arizona conducts an internal survey on our employee engagement, and compared to 2019, our rating was 2.9 points higher than the prior year, even during a pandemic.
Wow. Wow. That, that really says something. And I think that the parallels between us and healthcare, people will say, chamber and healthcare, what are the parallels? And I think you and I discovered this related to membership. You all have your members. We're a member-based organization. And when you were our chair-elect, you serve in the membership chair role and give all of our membership reports. And I remember you had said, hey, I want to learn and understand how the chamber goes from kind of welcoming a member through the entire journey. And there were a lot of things that were similar in nature. And so to hear the way your team was able to shift and pivot and respond and not miss a beat was absolutely remarkable. To shift your workforce to pretty much remote almost overnight. I know you said, I think it was 10 days, but I mean, in today's world, that's almost overnight to be able to take an enterprise as large as you all and convert people to a remote setting, because there's a lot of highly sensitive information and systems you use. And so, essentially, it's one of those things that you just wouldn't expect to have happened, but your team truly blew it out of the water. I mean, thank you to your team, everyone at Blue. It helps to bring confidence because there's been enough divide that's gone on. And so to have key partners like yourself driving forward to make it where we don't have to worry as much because you're still providing those services, yet you're responding to the needs that we have is really, truly remarkable. I can't thank you enough. So switching gears, Gene, another question. So, I think by now we had all hoped that, COVID was more in the rearview mirror and we started to come out of it. And unfortunately, the Delta variant is throwing us for a little boomerang and curveball. How is your transition or pivot back to the work strategy happening? What's happening within Blue? Because, some of our key partners were they had dates of bringing people back in, and they were in an influx of transition. And now they've kind of pumped the brakes and have said, nope, we're pushing in person in office back to now January or beyond. What's happening at Blue related to this?
Most recently, our return to work strategy was to allow our employees to begin returning to the office in phases. Initially, up to 25% of our fully vaccinated employees were to begin to return back to work to the office, with another 25% returning shortly after. And at no point would more than 50% of our staff be together on our campus at one time. And then in September, the plan was to look forward to having all of our employees back, vaccinated or not, to the office. And then we had to pivot once again. As we all know, COVID-19 is rapidly evolving, and with the new Delta variant driving up infection rates, Blue Cross of Arizona is taking extreme caution. As we are seeing the COVID-19 cases rise, and with the new variant being highly contagious, we have decided to continue our operations with the majority of employees working from their homes. For those looking to visit the office, they need prior approval to be on site and need to have a vaccination, and then also executive leadership approval to enter our premises. And you must wear a mask at all times when you're in the office and socially distance. And we're keeping a close eye on the state's PCR, and we'll continue to update our timeline with our return to work strategy as needed. We've made changes to our workplace, put new protocols in place, and found new ways of working to create a safe environment for everyone. And Blue Cross of Arizona has embraced a new normal, which is a hybrid model, working from home and working from our offices. We've learned a lot over the past year and a half and realized that we can do great work remotely. We also know it's critical to our culture that we see each other in person, much like the chamber, Robert, and believe that the hybrid model will allow us to do just that. And the future of working will be different. And at Blue, we understand that all of our employees will have unique needs and feelings about returning to the office. We're all doing our best to meet those needs, offering flexibility while keeping the amazing culture that we have built, keeping it alive. And through this hybrid work model, our commitment to our customers will remain a priority, and we will continue to strive to deliver exceptional service. Throughout this pandemic, the Blue Cross of Arizona team has had a stellar record of helping keep one another and our community safe. And Robert, we know that vaccinations, masking, and physical distancing are proven measures in this fight.
No, it's just, it's helpful to have that reinforcement, because there's enough messaging out there that creates confusion and to have really stable and credible partners like you all speaking out and saying things, and not just related to the vaccine, but you all are leaders on many issues and topics that impact our community, impact business, impact healthcare. And so when you speak as an organization, it comes across as a voice of influence, as a trusted source. So, we certainly understand the need to pump the brakes a little bit, and we thank you all for doing that, and encouraging vaccinations and masks and the social distancing, because if we want to get through this, I keep saying over and over, if we want a healthy workforce, we have to do what's going to be right for our, employees and our families. We have a strong local economy, and the only way we're going to have that strong local economy and keep it is to maintain a healthy workforce. And you're a key part of that equation. Just another thought, Gene, throughout this last year and a half, and, I think I've only seen you maybe once, no, maybe twice in almost 2 years it'll be. I think aside from Zoom, it's in the virtual world. But what do you think from your perspective as Gene Higginbotham? What surprised you the most? What has made you go, because again, there's the negative is out there, the polarization is out there, but I think we can sometimes gravitate to that if we allow ourselves. But what's been a positive that you've said, in spite of all this chaos, this is pleasant, or this made me go and really rethink about something or someone?
Through the pandemic, there's always great things that you come to the surface. I have just seen so many great individuals coming together to help individuals. There has been so much circumstance with so many individuals that that I have come into contact with personally and professionally. And while there has been many moments of sorrow, quite frankly, there has been so many more examples of just complete joy where it has brought families together. It has brought just really more moments of joy and hope where we're doing things differently. I think it's bringing more people together and closer. So times like this just have an interesting way of having people look at outlooks very differently, Robert.
I agree. I absolutely agree with you. And something else for those that are watching this, I just want to make note of is that beyond providing healthcare services, to the many clients and members that you all have, and being the go-to for our medical needs, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona is a tremendous community supporter, not just here in Glendale, but throughout all of Arizona. And you all should be commended and thanked for that, because it takes a culture and an atmosphere of embracing yourself in the community to do more than just deliver the services and the products that you have within your kind of defining of the business. And for us here in Glendale, we've maintained a strong partnership with you through our chamber, but not just in our chamber, in our community. So I want to thank you and Blue, because it definitely makes a difference when you're integrated in the community the way Blue is, and you support many organizations. We're not the only one, but thank you, because again, more companies should look to you all as a leader and an example to follow. So Jean, thank you very much for that. We could probably go on and on all day long. You and I have a rich history. You've been an amazing chair of our board. You have been a long-time champion of Glendale Chamber. You're one of my go-tos on the board when we have something. When something comes down the line, we look to you. But what we're also thankful, in addition to Eugene and what you do within Blue, we have some other partners within your organization that we work on, whether it's for our policy or diversity and inclusion. Blue has really just become a key partner to us on many initiatives. And I can't thank you enough for that, because it enriches our community and makes the lives of the people that we're here to support even better. So, I kind of joke, there's 2 or 3 companies I would say, if I wasn't in the chamber, I would probably seek employment there, and yours is definitely one of those. So I always say there's 2 or 3 in our area that if I wasn't a chamber nerd, I would be knocking on the door saying, "You have any openings?" And yours would definitely be one of those.
Robert, I feel so fortunate to be a part of the Glendale Chamber of Commerce, and to be a part also of the Blue Cross Blue Shield family. I have blue in my veins, and I have Glendale in my heart. So how fortunate am I to represent 2 incredible organizations? And I know all of us at the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona family are very grateful to the camaraderie that we share, and all of the work that you and your team do for us. So on behalf of Blue Cross, thank you very much for all that you do for us, and for all that you do for our business, and for the city, and for the entire state of Arizona. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Jean. And something else for those that may not know you, and I think most of our members know who you are. There might be a few new ones because of the Zoom world. It's hard to keep track of the squares, or you have to scroll through screens to figure out who's on the call. But one of the things I've always loved about when you're with us in person at events or on Zoom, you've always made that picture offer that no matter where someone is insured or whatever their health carrier is, if they have questions or concern, they can reach out to you. And so, and I know that comes from the heart for you. And so for you to be able to reach out and say, if I can be of assistance, let me know. That's something that's authentic, and that's who you are. So I know that Blue values you very, very well. And I just want to echo that, so that they know at Blue how much you mean to not only us, but our entire community, because you truly embody what they represent as a company. And so they're a great company, but they're also lucky to have you on their team representing Blue. So thanks for that, Jean. Like I said, we could go on and on all day. I don't want to keep you. I know you're super duper busy. Your world is impacted greatly right now. But is there anything that I didn't ask you today that you'd like to share or say related to Blue, to Jean, or the world going on as we know it?
Well, I think at this point in time, where we sit today with COVID-19, we're all just feeling different about things, but I think we're encouraging to try to still live your life and conduct our business, but be smart about it. And if you're comfortable, just kind of meet yourself where you are, but really understanding the importance and the consideration of obtaining a vaccination if you haven't, and bringing out the mask if you're comfortable doing that, but still getting out there and attending events and living your life if that's something that you want to do, because we all want to focus on our mental well-being as well. And I think it's important that we still get outside and be with each other. So once again, I really appreciate the opportunity to be here with all of you and to talk to you today, Robert. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Jean, and thank you to Blue for your continued support and investment in the Glendale Chamber and the many, many organizations that you do support. It's far too many to ever list. So with that, folks, we thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next time on Good Morning Glendale. And again, if you have any healthcare questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Jean. And if you don't have Jean's information, let me know, and we'll be able to connect you to Jean and the amazing team over at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.